blastmusic247.com. We're changing the industry one artist at a time.
Hey, it's your girl Melikia K, Courtney, the founder of Sanctuary Experience. How are you? Ooh. Welcome. This is SXP MetaMorphosis 365, episode 79, and we're going to start it the same way that we always start our episodes. Gratitude. Thank you, Sovereign Divine God, for an amazing presence. Just being here with you guys is a gift. I'd like to thank Blast Music 247, who is podcast second home. First home is Melikia K, Courtney, and hopefully you're pulling up and following both or subscribing to both and participating. You will find some awesome artists over on Blast Music 247 channel, so please do follow. And you know what I do? I do share this to make it easy for you guys to find them. There we go. I'll leave it up there for just a few seconds. Thank you to Troy and to Sunshine Cromwell, who is amazing. Definitely check out her podcast, Shine Vibrations. It happens at 7 p.m. on Fridays. Yep, 7 p.m. on Fridays. So do tune in. Okay, give me enough time for that, and I will offer you another opportunity later on. There we go. Something was lingering on my alley. Okay, great. So tonight, episode 79, I did not even title because we're not going to be teaching in our normal fashion of teaching. Y'all, today we're about to have a conversation. Like a full-on conversation. It has been the year has been a full-on, I cannot believe that I'm looking up at October 21st and the busying of the year. So for those who don't know, in addition to Cancer Awareness Month, Breast Cancer Awareness Month, this is also Domestic Violence Awareness Month. And I have over 20 years in awareness, 8 years straight in solutions, helping people to come up out of that situation, to find life in the floor. Hey, Sweet Pea, how are you? Okay, so when you have experienced something like that, y'all, it's a lot. It's a lot. And the more people you have in your community to help you over that moment, that's what we'll call it, that moment, prayerfully it's just a moment, the better. All right, so we're starting from kind of October and working our way back around. So you're going to take a journey with me through the year today, and it is my hope that it inspires you to do the things that you set out to do the things that your heart desires, right? Yes, we're going to do our everyday things, the things that make life and work forward. And same time, at some point in your life, your work and your purpose need to cross and intertwine, align, and move forward. Take that, put in your notes. All right. My year usually begins in October, which is why I'm on that, okay? It is the time where I am doing business with God and examining my thought life, my behavior life, and my physical health. These are very important things to tend to know, whether you're an October start or a January start. That is a wonderful place to start when it comes to evaluating. I believe in inventory, I believe in measuring to see what is working, what has worked, and what ain't working at the freak all. Okay, great. And then deciding from there how to move forward. So that's all for the year. January, I didn't have any events on the books, but I was in travels. So the tail was in motion, getting things done. I definitely took some time to enjoy part of the holidays and get with folks that I care about and love and do that, right? Fast forward, the events kick off in February. February is a day of healing. We had our third annual this year, Love Fest, and Love Fest was amazing. We took time to focus on our self love, right? And to look at how well we were at it. You know, were we taking time to do our work and do our work well? Were we taking time to tend to our body, our hygiene, our health, our exercise, our food intake, portion control? Like we literally went in, we had wonderful professionals pull up, and we had great volunteers. So a great, I think it was 60 is usually the number. 60 is usually the number of volunteers that we have, whether within the 24-hour span of that effort or the on sites, the physical in-person events. Okay. So wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. And I bring that up to let you know that February 7th of 2026, February 7th at midnight, we kick off a day of healing again, right? So it's on the calendar and pay attention to how we're moving. I'm teaching while I'm speaking. Okay, great. So that's going to be Project Humanity, and I encourage you to participate, whether it is that you are pulling up as a volunteer and you're going to give 2 of your hours, because we change moderators every 2 hours virtually on Clubhouse. Whether you're going to donate 2 hours to tend to the community, and during that time, what is wonderful is you get to invite your people, your friends, folks you care about. Maybe they can't pull up to your in person at your home or at your event space, but they can pull up online. Invite your people. I have folks who do in person and online, and that is ideal. It's wonderful to have it that way, and then it's also wonderful to have people who just take the 2 hours online and facilitate. So we have speakers and coaches and teachers and doctors come through for different events, different aspects of the event, and when we maintain those recordings too, so that they can be shared. It is important to work in your purpose and work in your field. Your God instructed, God downloaded, written, and planned out for you plan. And yeah, I understand we get to writing our own plans, and that is wonderful. Write your own plans. Do the things that thrill you. And I think that weaves into what God has for us, right? God's plan. Okay, so that's February. Excuse me. Come March, what am I telling y'all? Come March, second weekend, we do SXP 3-day for the women, And during that, we are dealing with high achieving women, women who are in leadership, who faced trauma, who faced betrayal, who had the stuck on them and they'd like to be unstuck, refilled, and go back and serve their community 100%. So during those 3 days, we take them through signature methods that we ain't about to talk about here to help them do exactly that. If you need that in your life, come on, get it. And I have to giggle, y'all, because I ain't gonna even tell you. Like I've been busy. And I missed y'all last week. Yes, I did, because we definitely did run a replay. I was busy. Okay. I'm trying to think. Was that the game? I may have been at the WNBA game. I can't remember if that was one or not. I've been moving. Yeah. Great. So if you need that work, and you know that's the kind of love that will help you move forward, will help you heal from trauma, will help you release that burden of carrying betrayal along with you like it's a best friend, pull up. You can also email me at lifeissanctuaryxp@gmail.com. And we're going to run through the calendar real quick, and then we're going to get into some true teaching. All right, so that happens in second weekend of March, second weekend of September for the women. 3 whole days. The March is 1,500 to attend. The September is 1,600. So 1,500 March, 1,600 September. A little bit more fancy in September, just so you know. All right. Outside of that, so you got a day of healing. You've got that one, the 4th annual on the 27th. You've got the 2 events with SXP for the women, second weekend of March, second weekend of September. In between, I schedule pop-ups for the sisters. I also run a mastermind during the week, 3 days of the week. I do private coaching, and I also have a private group coaching. So maybe you don't want to go alone. Maybe you want to go with friends. There's nothing wrong with that. It works. Okay. So you kind of get the picture. My calendar is already in motion because my purpose is already in place. And I pause in that moment just to kind of look at you and ask, is your calendar in motion because your purpose is already in place? All right. So that is to be looked at, shall we say, inspect that and understand what's the what. Okay. Fast forward. So not only those goals, the professionally based goals and the service goals, right? Because I've had like about 5 people ask me today, what do you do? I answer it so simply. I love people back to life. I get to do it consistently and in a lot of ways. Period. But the short version is I love people back to life. All right. What do you do? What is your gifting? What is your skill set? What is your knowledge? And I hope you pulled up with a pen and paper just to take a quick note, or even your cell phone to write a couple of notes to yourself and see if you are one who appreciates personal development, if you are one who pursues knowledge and not in the sake of stacking up books or just gaining, but with the heart to learn it in a way that you can teach it and help others. Yeah. This podcast is for you. Go binge 78 episodes complete of growth, and more growth. Okay. So let's talk. And there's more on the calendar, but that I've made the point. Please do get your eyes on where you're going so that you're not. Get focused, get organized, get your events on the calendar or your goals on the calendar, because both fit. All right, both fit. Let's go. Conversation time. So, I was asked to share my story, and I'm like, I generally give bit to bits, but today we'll still jump around, but with a point in mind. What I said to a friend today, a new friend, was literally I had to get it out the mud. I remember the feelings of overwhelming anxiety. They were near constant company and at one point crippling company, right? I felt like I was lost, but I knew my location. I felt like the world was not roomy enough for me, but I had to live in it. Like it hurt. There was much sadness. And then, oddly, flip the coin, much joy in the childhood, right? And I bring that up because we live our life in stages. If you're able to understand that, your 0 to 7 is so freaking key, because the behaviors, the nature, the character you pick up during that time, it follows you through every block in life. It doesn't matter if you're moving through adolescence, that young adulthood, that middle age, hitting them grown folk years. That behavior, the nature, the character, love, it can keep you company. And it's wonderful when that nature, behavior, and character are positive. It is wonderful then, right? It's doable. But when that behavior is trauma, anxiety, overwhelming loneliness, just abuse settings, when you're lodged into that, that is not a good company to keep with you and carry with you throughout life. That's just a hit. So it's no bueno. And the work becomes your work when you age into adulthood. If your adults around you were not tuned in enough to get you the help that you needed professionally, then it is on you to seek that out so that you're not carrying unnecessary baggage to your life. Back to the story. From the young pod into adolescence, I moved through with that same company. And mind you, it is a spiritual energy. It is a spiritual company. It is attached. I think that's the perfect way to say it. It's attached to who you are and is etched into your becoming unless you put a stop to it. Fast forward. Those same things that I mentioned, that anxiety, that loneliness, that unexplainable, right? Even when you're surrounded by folks, the stress and the trauma, the worry, the invisibility, those things followed. And they help to form a seeker, right? I sought love. I wanted to be loved. I didn't feel fulfilled in that love, household wise. And I sought it elsewhere, poor places, right? Poor places. And that behavior magnified, my friends, magnified. And I don't know if you can identify. And if you can't identify, definitely drop it in the chat, drop me an email, let me know that I am not just talking to myself. I know what it is to have those challenges and grow with those challenges and then move into relationships romantically or business professionally with those things in mind, because what people don't always understand is business begins in the body. So the behavior, the nature, the character that you have carried, that you have grown, that manifested along the way, that you have fed, that you have not denied or rewritten, it is with, and it spills out. It spills out into everything you do and how you behave. Don't believe me? Look at life. That is the positive things and the negative things. You can trace them. Look at life. Now, mind you, if you come into contact with something that you really don't want to carry with you further, then yeah, you're not stuck with it for life. This is something that you can do. You can rewrite it. You can restructure your thinking, your nature, your character, and behaviors. It just can be done. There's really no excuse, with the exception of not knowing. That awareness piece. So we started with DV, having that conversation about awareness and solutions, right? Bringing awareness and solutions is not just relegated to DV talks. That awareness and solutions needs be applied across the span of anything that's important to you in life. Okay. Financially, I was not literate. The mouth kept betraying me, huh? I was not literate. I did not understand so much how to do something about that. All right. Socially, I was a little bit, I was socialized well to a point, not so well at other points. I had to do something about that. I had to sit down and understand what the whole was. What was the need? Where was and why was? We ask a lot of why, but where it was and why was that the case? Why did I believe that way? Why did I feel that way? Why did I think follow me for years? Boom. Anxiety, young life. Boom. Anxiety during adolescence. Boom. Anxiety during young to middle age. Right? Not until I stopped to find where the whole was in my understanding and in my nature and my character and behaviors. And I'm going to harp on that a little bit, the nature, character, and behaviors of things. Not until I stopped to look and understand what and where those things resided in my body. Back to the touching, a point. Business begins in the body. Not till I took time to understand where that was and what was happening. Could I do a freaking thing about it? Could I do a freaking thing about it? Going back into those moments where, and we're going to use big words, so this is a trigger warning, back to where physical abuse was happening, back to where rape happened, back to where molestation happened, moving back into those moments to think or abandonment myself. Because literally the women that I teach and speak to, the men that I teach and speak to, and encourage and uplift and train, I can do that because I've been there. Like I can do that because not only was I there, I took time to find out the where, when, how, who, and whys of it, and to educate myself in a way that not only, again, like I mentioned earlier, not just for my own personal learning, but to be able to teach, equip, motivate, impact, and get these butts moving forward so that everyone around me, even in the hearing of my voice, has that opportunity of awareness and they can move forward into their purpose and make that impact on the people that God assigned to their lives. Because I do believe that every last one of us have meaning, we have purpose. There's something in us that was planted deeply in us to grow and produce fruit. And a fruit not just for us to eat from, but for, again, the people that were assigned to our lives. Let's go deeper. I remember being a wife who was not treated well, and eventually that grew to a point where fear was present, the unsafeness in health and in physical and in emotional places. It was so clear, y'all. It was so clear to be a person who believed that once you married, that was it. You weren't going nowhere. You made your decisions. You made that bed, now lie in it. You ever heard that statement before? Sure enough, that's what I was hearing. That's what was occurring. And I stood on that because before God, I stood and said, I will. And it was mine to do and to manage my will. Folks say I do. I actually didn't say I do. I said I will. And I knew it was a matter of choice. All right. I had to come to Jesus and the understanding of Christ never intended for us to be in abusive relationships. It was not for us to be mistreated as spouses, whether that is a wife or a husband. You do not get to put your paws on nobody because you feel like it. Your hands are for loving and for the work God put in front of you, not for you to be playing punching bag or breaking things that belongs to others or using your words to cut people to the quick and death. Nah. But that is what I ended up experiencing, and to the tune of the ex decided I didn't need to be alive anymore, y'all, and took measures like physically attacked me to enact his will. I'm sitting right here and I look fine and I look good. Y'all know I'm okay, right? And it took, I'd already decided to leave. That wasn't even it. It was the weekend that he was supposed to get out that kicked off. Get the picture. But again, that was a moment in life. All is well. I'm okay. I'm right here. And from that, I learned. And this is that point in the story where I am just really encouraging the women and the men, if you are in a relationship where you love your spouse, it doesn't mean that you're not loving your spouse if you choose to love yourself too and preserve your life, protect your energy, heal your mind. Whether it is separation or divorce, I will simply say if somebody is putting their hands on you in an abusive fashion, you need to go, sis. You need to, what about that, bro? That is not for you. And for those people who sit there and say a man can't be abused, that's a lie. Do not sit there and lie like that. There are many ways that abuse shows up. And the heads up is most times when you're dealing with a person and you get into a relationship, they're not showing you all of their bad side. They are not letting you see the monsters in the closet. They're not doing that. Kind of tends to edge out, edge out, edge out. And it starts with the breaking of items, the slight words, the closing you off from family, preventing you from making moves like you normally move, refusing to allow you to live and have your own personality, character, nature, being, purpose, because they want all of that. They want all of you in consumption style, right? Commodity. So these are your warnings in the water. And again, you do not have to stay in that I am a living epistle, literally, of getting out, of getting out. You can have help. Ask for the help you need. Find your trusted friend. Find them other episodes where I broke it down, down, down. Okay, go binge. Point. The point is your purpose never paused. Even while I was in that, whether it was the 07, the 7 to 15, the 15 to 21, 21 to 35, I kid you not, the purpose never paused. I came here to love. My purpose never paused. It was for me to do. The purpose never paused. I might have slacked off on it, you see what I'm saying? But the purpose is always present. So even beyond that moment of being in an abusive relationship or dealing with all the other stuff I mentioned prior to that, the purpose is right here. It's right there waiting on me. My work is still in the water. My worth was not varied because of what I went through. I was still amazing me. And it took me time to see that I could have peace. I did not have to live a life wrapped in anxiety. I did not have to fall and believe that my value or my worth was in what I could give, whether it was taken or not. And I'll say it that way for the hearts to have peace and be at balance, right? And that was not it. So I'm saying to you, yo, that is not it. Your worth is not bound up in your service. You are worthy all by yourself because of you being you. That's enough. That's enough. Okay. Let's push down the road further a little bit. And we're going to do a little bit of overlapping. Let's speak professionally. We're sharing with a friend earlier who has a captain call you in the office and say to you, there's snow on the rooftop, there's fire in the oven, and leverage your ability to maintain your job, have it teetering on the fact that you need to sleep with them or you can't have it. Who experiences crazy like that? Who is experiencing things where an employer kind of corners you in the room and is behaving in a threatening gesture and in other skin than the skin I'm in tells you, I own you. You know, who does that? Or who has supervisors call them back into the office to show them a video that something took place while you were in that area, but you were behind a rack and didn't see it happening, but want you to falsify documents, and because you refuse, you get railed out. See, these have been my experiences professionally, and it took me a while to realize, and this is what I shared with him. I was trying to hide. I wanted to be comfortable in a career, you know, even in behavioral health, working in that, spine injury, 345, no more law enforcement, no more behavioral health. I wanted to do it the right way. You know, you go to school, you get your paperwork, you go get your jobs, your career, you work in that for however many years, and you retire, be happy, right? Picket fence, house, 2.5 kids, dog, right? That American lie that we call a dream. I had to wake up because my purpose never paused. It was for me to be present with you in this moment right now. And had I stayed over there, I probably wouldn't have been. That's just the honesty of the situation. So it is for you to pursue and complete your work before you leave this earth, because there's something in you that belongs here. There's something in you that someone needs to hear, see, read, touch, taste, experience, however it passes for you. What you have in you to do, it matters. Oh, it matters. Okay. So what's the point? I was trying to hide. I really wanted to just work my job and do my 8, hit the gate. Do my 12, and it's all well, right? 12 hours, 8 hours. But that was not what God had for me. Every time I tried to hide, I couldn't. Every time I took a job, and I love my work, I have a killer work ethic, I'm a monster and a beast about mine, right? And when I choose to do it again, I said, I will, not I do, right? My will was on deck. So my will and my word were working together to get things done, and I did well. And same time, I could be one of those people to sit in the corner and point at God and be like, why God? Why God? Okay. We could do that, but for what? For what purpose? My purpose never pause. Okay. And then I'm harassing whoever listening just a little bit because your purpose never paused. And if you are sidelining, if you are trying to hide in a job, if you are stuck in some of the things that I mentioned before, if you're holding on to all of that belief in those situations in the past and things that happened and the unforgiveness and the opinions of self that are low or negative, you might be, I'm not saying that you are, but you might be pressing pause on your purpose. You might be delaying the outcomes of somebody that's waiting on you to do what you're supposed to do, for you to pull up and show up. And if you're not pulling up and showing up, and if you're not moving in your purpose, and if you're not building your skills so that when you meet that moment and you are able to pour into somebody, you got something in your cup. I've done my work. I went to fill up this cup so that I can pour into others. I couldn't pour into you if I did not spend my time. I had a gent say to me today, and it blew my mind. Because I really, I don't charge like that, but apparently I should. A senior speaker who is seasoned and among the folks who make seven figures when they go speak. I want to be that when I grow up. But the fast forward is, the gent said to me, "You should be charging 25,000 per talk, no less." And he didn't even know how much I've invested in me just based on what I was sharing with him. He's like, you should be charging 25K. I really appreciated that. I appreciated hearing that. I know my value. I know I'm a beast about what I do because mine is genuine. Mine is in purpose and mine is love, right? And I'm sharing that side of it with you just to encourage you forward. What you have in you, hey partner, what you have in you matters. So let me help you draw it out. Maybe it is that you are stuck. Maybe it is that you are feeling like you're in that barrel roll. For my swimmers, I love the water. You ever hit that moment where you get that barrel roll in the water and you really can't tell which way is up? You really can't tell which way the light is. Sometimes it happens like that, love, and that's okay too. If you are in that spot, let me help you draw out. A lot of people run back and they look for the purpose. I don't know what my purpose is. I don't know what my purpose is. Okay, pause. Allow me to encourage you to look within you before you go running off and ask everybody else. Because the only one other else's that I'm gonna have you ask is the people that truly know you. If you have parents, those are clue places. If you have a bestie that's been around for years on years on years, there ain't nothing wrong with saying, "Hey, listen, I want to teach a class. What do you think I should teach about?" Because that is going to open them lips and they'll get to telling you what they see you are proficient, you're skilled in, or you already are in the work, you are in class, you're training, you're building for something, and you just need to sound it out, i.e., like the bowls with the dents, you just want to bang, bang, bang and smooth it out. You want to sound it out and make sure that you're on purpose. Still ask the question. Hey, I'm teaching a master class. What would you expect me to be teaching? Okay. Get your questions in the water. If you don't like those questions, that's fine. You ain't got to, but at least craft your own questions so that you are asking, so that you are getting feedback. What do your people need? If you're already serving your people, are they in need or have you satisfied that need and there's a next need? All right. It is to be in motion. Let's keep going. All right. We've talked about the personal. We've hit childhood. We've hit adolescence. We've hit the middle adult. We've already talked about professional. When you're doing it the right way, when you're hiding off in your careers, and God just bring the spotlight and be like, "Bah! I found you. I got you. Get out. Get out there in that water and swim. Get out there in that world and serve and be who I need you to be." Let's move into the creative zones. Okay. And I can speak on all of this, y'all, because I'm not kidding. Walk with me. This is just a few points in life, and I share these few points in life so that you can draw and that you can glean and grow and use it to your advantage and make me proud and let me know you did. Hit me up. Life is sanctuaryxp@gmail.com. Do email me. Do say, "Hey, listen, I heard your podcast and I feel what you was putting down. I picked it up and I put it to work," because that makes me happy. And you're not getting this talk at 25K, which is so amazing. Okay. You're getting it for the free.com for the cost of your attention, which is truly valuable. All right. Back on point. So, creatively speaking, I am a spoken word artist. I have been commissioned to paint. I have been paid to video record and to take professional photos, edit, ghostwrite in the nine, social media manager. I've been paid for a lot of creative things. Get the picture. And it is wonderful to have all of those skills. And I can say that at one point, the hobbies became the main vein, especially with some of those issues that I mentioned to you before. So It is for you to pursue your passions. It is for you to sharpen the skills of your hobbies, right? Or your side hustles. Always wise to move like that and get that done. Yeah, but you still need to focus. You still need to focus. What is it that you are best at? Where is your highest joy? What can you do that leaves you feeling like this is a world I need to be in? What does that for you? Let me tell you two things that do it for me. By nature, I am an innate teacher and a trainer. I am built that way. I don't know that I couldn't do that. I don't know that I couldn't do that, regardless of any role that I've ever been in. I've been pulled into leadership role. I've been pulled into service, teaching, and training. That is my DNA makeup. And it thrills me, i.e., I'm very happy to be here with you right now doing this. Headphone popped out, we're going to pop it back in, keep it moving. So this is wonderful, and it is purpose filled. This is what I am to do. I am making an impact. I am encouraging. I am showing up. I am consistent. I am who I need to be for those who need me to be it because of what God put in me. Get the picture? And that's my second. My number one. My number one. My number one is stages and microphones. There is something so alive about being on the stage. There is something so energetic for me with exchanging energy with those who are in the room who came for the work that I'm about to give them, whether it is as a spoken word artist or a speaker, trainer, performer. Baby, it is an experience. I am an experience. Okay, what does that for you? What does that for you? What stirs your soul? What is your soul's medicine? What work is that? I could do that every day and just give me a day off here and there to rest. I could do that every day. Okay. In my sleep. In my sleep. So that's one and two. Offer you a bonus. My third, I am an author. I'm a writer, i.e. poet. I'm always writing. And not just that, I'm disciplined and I'm trained with all of my professional licenses, right? So I get downloads. I get instructions from sovereign divine God to do this, to do that, to write this, write that, include this, include that. And I am obedient. Y'all, I can sit down and look up in 7 hours. I'm like, oh, I forgot to eat. I probably need to go to the bathroom, but this book is done. Okay, so what does that for you? Where can you lose yourself? In Eminem's song, lose yourself, literally, where? In a place that can still get you paid. All right. So we're taking a bit of a walk through my life, but I am hoping that for those of us who had to get it out the mud, you can get it. And for those of us who had a little bit of a hand up and a leg up, you can get it. And for those of us who had a spoon handed and then now maybe the hands are off, you can get it. This is very doable. I believe in who you are. Like literally, if you're catching my voice, it is because God allowed you to, sent you to hear it. And yo, this is for you. This is something you can do regardless of your beginnings. That's where I shared my beginnings. This is something you can do. Love, your purpose is something that you can do because it's literally your purpose. It was purposed in you. Like I said, my DNA, it is written into me to do these particular things. It is written in me. How do I know? Because while I'm doing it, I'm fed. It feeds me right back. All right. And that's another clue. If you are seeking your purpose, for my people who have had shifts and changes through their careers and through their let's just life period, let's say it that way, right? For my reinventors, maybe you can do it. Law enforcement, behavioral health, retail, insurance. Like you can reinvent you. You can move. And sometimes you may not even have the option. I did not have the option in certain of those circumstances. I didn't have an option, baby. I would have hidden in that work. I would have hidden joyfully and just been a worker bee. But God was like, nah, This is your work. This is your purpose. This is coded in you, baby. Come do. And I find that in the obedience, there is peace. I find that in the obedience and obedience to Christ and to purpose, let's be clear, that there is a release. I find that there is healing available in it. I find that there is forgiveness available in it, that going inward, sitting with self. I do believe in meditation, and I encourage you to meditate as well. Throw a book out there for you, The Master Key System by Charles Haanel. If you have not read it, what you're waiting on, go get it even right now. Download it. It is also on YouTube. But here's the thing. I encourage you to get the book first. Like, don't be lazy about it. Get the book, read the book, listen to the audio, or do them both together if you need that assistance. And no shame in that. Handle that, okay? But this is something you can do because it is for you to do, because it is in you to do, it's coded for you to do, it's written for you to do. Do what's in you to do, and find peace in that. If it is that you need to go back and clear and correct, and by clear and correct, I mean, if you dealt with some of the things that I mentioned earlier, my 0 to 7s, molestation, the rape things, the heavy traumas, the physical abuse, if you've dealt with that and it still has a hold on you and you need a guide, a coach to come alongside you and help walk you through that, I raise my hand, here I am. Let's connect and get that worked out. If it is that those things, the anxiety, the invisibility, the wondering, the not feeling enough, the loneliness, if those things are haunting you and keeping you company in your quiet, and let me say it loud and clear, y'all, I have worked with folks who were hundredaires, and I have worked with folks who are millionaires. And you know what's true? Lonely is lonely. Anxiety is anxiety. Deficit is deficit. No matter how much money you have. So if you find that those things are keeping you company and following you around, and you really don't want them, you don't want that company no more, you want better company, then literally come get with me and let's work it through. I got some superpowers there. Not that I'm the smartest, sharpest object in the box. Nah, it's simply that I put in the work, and God put it in me to do. So I get to love people back to life. How do I do it? Consistently. Okay? Do not sit in your broken places. Do not sit in the stink of what could be a beautiful life. If it's going to be stinky, let it be fertilizer. Okay? While you plant your seeds and water your seeds and prune your seeds and grow your seeds, i.e., yourself, to become that tree. Again, back to what I mentioned earlier, that fruit that not only you can eat from, but the fruit that those around you that are assigned to you need. All right. Please don't be the human that is in the way. Okay. Don't be the adult that refuses to adult. Be the adult who not only adults, but adults well. All right. Be the example. Be the voice. Be the author, the pen, the hand. Be the movement. Be the moment that you were called to be. And I don't think I'm asking very much of you. You know, I'm going to offer you that formal invitation. Please, would you please be everything that's in you to be, that God put in you to be? Because some of us be off on other things sometimes. What's your purpose? Please be on purpose. I can say it that way safely. Please be on purpose. I do run a mastermind during the week. I do have small groups. I do have one-on-one coaching. I have all of these avenues in which to love people back to life. Take advantage of what avenue fits you best. Reach out, connect, raise your hand, just like I raised my hand, and say, here I am. Come help me. Hey, how come? I will help you with joy. And I don't have heaven or hell to stick nobody in. I don't have time for that. I don't do a lot of the judging things. I do measure. I do hold folk accountable. I will irritate your soul. If you're over there telling me you want to do something and you're not doing it, I'm going to ask you why. And I'm not going to sit there and deal with a one-word answer. We're going to figure out why, and we're going to move past it with work, with effort, with understanding, with peace. I will cry with you if I need to cry with you. I get it, because some of this stuff hurts. Some of it hurts, and some things only come by layer upon layer. It is like the onion. You are peeling this layer down, and then you get a healing moment, and baby, we back to work peeling the next layer down, and you may have a reprieve, and then we're back to work and you're pulling the next layer down. And that's okay too. It takes the time that it takes the energy that it takes, but baby, is it worth it? Yeah, I find that it is worth it to be who I am today, well down the road from living in a car, well down the road from having to get it out the mud, well down the road from not trusting a man near me, well down the road. It took what it took. It took work, it took willingness, it took obedience, it took effort, it took time, it took a lot. But it's worth it. Gladly pay that with my life, with my time, with my energy, with my desire. All right. I have said many, many things, and I recognize that we're 45 minutes in, and I got to pause for a station break and do all the wonderful things because I am partnered with Blast, and I definitely enjoy that partnership, and I want to respect it. So I mentioned earlier to go to Blast Music 247, right, and subscribe. Part of why you want to do that, as well as subscribe to Melikia K Courtney's channel. Get both. Over on Blast, they offer some fun things. As an artist, you can register as a Blast artist and have your music and video played during a podcast to help with your exposure. Isn't that wonderful? And then as a fan, you get to go and enjoy and peruse all the good stuff. There's magazines attached. There's many, many great things. So I'm going to share with you one such lovely video. Let's see, which one I wanted to hear today. I think I like this one today.
As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Now, look in the mirror, tell me what you see. See. You don't see me like I see me. You don't see me like I see me. Nah. You don't see me like I see me. A black god, a black queen. You don't see me like I see me. You don't see me like I see me. Nah. But I see you like I see me. You're a black god, a black queen. Look in the mirror, tell me what you see. I mean, do you really see a hoe? Society calls you bitch, but you are not a dog. It's the other way around, baby girl. You are a god. I know you probably never heard of this, so I suggest you take a hold of this. Yeah, it's some people on this boat that's poking holes in it, but we gon' patch it up anyway and just float on it. People say we don't reflect God, but we the co-creators with God. So if somebody got a problem, then that's their problem. They need to take that up with God, cause we've been here since the beginning. Team black girl, yeah we winning, but we gotta stop with the division. Where light is right and black is whack, that's superstition. Cause Willie lynched us regardless of the difference, but we don't get it. A reflection of you, yeah, a reflection of me, with a reflection of God. Inside us is the key. We hold the secrets of the universe, produce the universal kings. We produced Martin with the dream. We produced Elijah, Kareem, and we produced Farrakhan on the scene, yeah. But you don't see me like I see me. But you don't see me like I see me, nah. You don't see me like I see me. A black god, a black queen. But I see you like I see me. But I still see you like I see me, yeah. I see you like I see me, yeah. A black god, a black queen. A black god, a black queen. Black god, a black queen. You don't see me like I see me. A black god, a black queen. A black god, a black queen. A black god, a black see me. Royalty. Look in the mirror, tell me what you see. Do you really see a nigga? Do you really see a thug? Do you see a drug dealer? Do you really see a savage or a beast or a killer? Well, I don't. I know you've got a lot to carry, a wide load. They changed your name from Kuta Kinte into John Doe. You say your eyes is wide open, but your mind closed. Cause you don't think that you a god. But I know that you got more to offer than what shows. Your dirt's been exposed, but you gotta dig deep to find gold. To find gems, to find gold, that's what you are. Ain't nobody gotta tell you you a star. That's why you want the finer things, the gold chains and the diamond rings. Cause the king deserve it all, no LeBron. You're a reflection of me, a reflection of you. We're a reflection of God, and inside us is the truth. You are the creator of the universe, the sun, the stars, and the moon. Anything you think you can do. Don't you know your mind is a womb? Your thoughts can give birth to something new. But you don't see you like you should see. You don't see you like you should see, nah. You don't see you like you should see. You're a black god, a black king. But I see you like you should see. But I still see you like you should see, yeah. I see you like you should see. You're a black god, a black king. Black god, a black king. Black god, a black king. Yeah. She don't see you like you should see. You're a black god, a black king. A black god, a black king. A black god, a black king. But I see you like you should see. You're royalty.
Okay, darlings, that was HC1, and the song's called Reflections. She is cold and so smooth. Like, I really enjoy her, and I'm enjoying sharing that. Hold up, let's pop up. I see red buttons. Oh, are you writing? One moment, please. And I'm putting all these up so that, oh, it's gone. I don't know. So much writing. You enjoy that, right? All right. So, like I mentioned, Blast Music 247, go ahead and connect and handle that. And just like for her, we can play that for you. Now, there's a little bit more business to tend to, and I might satisfy the writer after the fact. There's one area we did not delve into, and we're going to touch that because it's very important to single that out and hold it over. And then I also want to share the 5 to thrive for y'all, just because. So let's get all the heavy in the water, and then we'll do some cold water and breathing. Here you go. Romantically speaking. Now, I touched on it a little bit earlier because I believe in that little base, a little touch, a little exposure before we go digging deeper. This way you have something to kind of see it's coming. All right. I'm not hitting you with the blind side. It's a 1, 2. Okay. It goes to 2. It is that sometimes we get involved with a partner, whether it is dating, going steady back in the day, engagements, marriages, and heartbreak occurs. All right. What do you do with that heartbreak when it is impeding you from doing your freaking life? When it has become that roadblock, that stuck place where you are not able to fully focus on your forward, on your growth, because you're so busy hurting. You're so busy hurting. And trust me, I don't dismiss it. I'm not being light about it. I do understand. Because I did mention to you guys what happened, right? I told you what happened. I told you my business. So I understand when that level of pain comes to visit you, when that level of sadness and depression, when those dreams are dashed to the floor, you just knew that was your person. You just knew you was going to do life. And suddenly, right, suddenly, whatever your suddenly is, comes and knocks you up off your square. What do you do with a level of pain? Well, darling, first you can do is to be honest. Like, acknowledge it. Do not fight it. Do not deny it. Here's a heads up. Trying to define the reason why anybody did anything that they did is a waste of your freaking energy. This is your sister talking to you, and I'm telling you, it's a waste of your energy to sit there and try to understand why a person did what they did. Why was a person narcissistic? Why did a person try to hurt me? Why did the person cheat? Who gives a rat's ass? Who cares why that person did what they did? Let's focus on what's important. Are you done? Are you done? And if you are done, then it is time for you to tend to you. Why did you participate in the relationship? What were your payoffs in being there? Where did you benefit? Where was there a decline in your mind, your actions, your energy? It's inventory time. I do believe in meditation. I shared that with you guys. Some of the things that need to be released from the body, again, because business begins in the body. We talked about that too. You gotta go inside. I recommend prayer. I recommend meditation, and not that quick. Dear God, I thank you for today. I thank you for my food. Help me. I'm hurting. Nah. I'm talking about a communing prayer and communing meditation where you go in with the intention of releasing, where you go in with your flashy light into yourself and you are hunting, baby. You are finding what is going on in you. Now I'm an empath and a seer. So I got cheat codes. When I work with my clients, I can actually see sometimes physically. The body speaks and it'll let me know what's here, what's there. For those who do not have that gift, that don't mean you can't find what's going on. You recognize the pains in your body if you've taken time to tune into your body. If you haven't, start there. And then move in through prayer and meditation. Get quiet. Put that dang on phone down. Turn off the TV, turn off the lights. All of these disruptors to your body and your energy and your mind, all the external stuff, turn it off. Go be with you. Can you do 10 minutes by yourself? Like with you. I'm talking mouth closed, eyes closed, TV off, ring, ping, ding, away from you. Can you do that? And if you cannot, this is your big sis saying, hey, listen, get it done. Start training yourself. Start with a 1 minute, start with a 2 minute. For my real squirrel, start with 15 seconds. Because sometimes stress has you that pent up. Sometimes anxiety got you that tied up that you really can only do 15 seconds. And I ain't judging, trust. Remember, no heaven or hell to put you in. So start where you need to start, but do not dally about it. Don't sit in it for more than a week. If you start 15 seconds by week 2, you should be at 45 seconds. All right. And then just double it from there. That is a growth tool. It does work. How do I know? Because I've done this before. And I've done this with my clients before. We take the time that it takes and we don't judge ourselves. We love ourselves. But you know what we don't do? We don't BS ourselves and we don't play the excuse game. We don't do that. We don't do that. Okay. So these are just some quick methods and tools to help you move along in that heartbreak. It is a grieving. It is a loss. You can literally use the same ladder that is used in grieving. Walk through those moments, acknowledge them. Maybe it is that you're not going to be able to pace through them with all of the emoting that needs to happen. Fine, but make yourself aware of them. This is an awareness conversation. This is a growth conversation. This is Real Talk Masterclass level, 25K per talk. Level. Get the picture, and you're getting it right on YouTube for the cost of your attention, which is valuable. So I am sorry. If you need that apology to help you heal, I am sorry that happened to you. I am sorry that somebody didn't find the value and the worth in you. And it's probably because they couldn't find the value or the worth in themselves. Okay? If you need a reason, that's the reason. And let it be enough. Because sometimes we've got to let it be enough so that we can focus. Because again, business begins in the body. If you do not tend to your mind and your spirit and your hearts, plural, how are you going to move forward? How are you going to stand in your purpose? How are you going to build the world around you? How are you going to make your difference in your life and in the life of those assigned to you? How are you going to be good fruit? Because who wants to eat a bitter fruit? Because we're growing either way. The path that I walked you through before, the path of you're letting that fertilizer be and seeding and watering and pruning and learning and growing, becoming fruit that you can eat and others can eat. You're gonna do that anyway. I don't know if you know that. That process is happening whether you're conscious of it or not. Here's the thing. Please be conscious of it, because what are you growing? If you are not paying attention, you are growing something bitter and gnarly and yuck. Who want to eat that? Clearly not you, clearly not me. I love food. I don't know if you know that. I really love food. A lot, a lot. It's fun. Point being, please grow a fruit that is edible, that not only you want to partake of, but that you want to share with others, that those who are coming to you that need your purpose food, that they can eat and be nourished and grow and go make their impact. Literally one, reach one. Each one, reach one, teach one, we one. All right. That is your masterclass for tonight. Speaking of masterclasses, last night I had a freaking blast. I was on some fun stuff, unleashing creativity with a masterclass. I do have that replay available, and it is for purchase. If you'd like it, let me know. It's $75, and you can pay my Cash App. Cash App is the $ Melikia C, Melikia, and C, just like my name appears there. And in the for line, you want to go ahead and get me your email, or you feel free to drop me your phone number, because I love to meet the peoples. All right. And I'll get that over to you. So I was debating on if I wanted to go into it a little bit and tell you a bit more, but unleashing creativity in a very focused way. The question that I posed, and I think that's fair to share because you need to know this. I asked the question, if your side hustle or your hobbies had to become your main source of income because your nation went into a recession, a depression, a civil war, or entered into world war, what skills or knowledge do you have in place, hobby, hustle, otherwise, that you could put to work that would sustain you and those you love, those dependent upon you? That is a big freaking question. Not that I'm calling that into existence or welcoming that or wanting it, but I am paying attention to what's happening in the world today, and it could happen in a day's time. What are you prepared to do? You must unleash your creativity. You must. Okay? And wouldn't it be wonderful to unleash it now and be ready now so you don't have to get ready? Wouldn't it be wisdom to be building your skills and your knowledge base to sharpen your tool and getting ready to produce that fruit for those folks to come and eat? Wouldn't it make sense to do it now? Don't it make sense to do it now? Do it now. This is your encouragement. Do it now. And get that replay. All right. Darlings, we have been together for an hour, and I'm going to satisfy the riotor. That's how we're going to end up. I am Melikia K. Courtney when I'm being an adult. When I'm off acting out, I am Lady Molotov in the poetry streets, and I am going to share, I think I have, well, we'll see whichever one of them I have up here. I'm going to share that. Inverted love, I'm sure is what it is, isn't it? Let's go back. Yep. And it's perfect and befitting because we are in Domestic Violence Awareness Month. I have the fundraiser running already. If you guys have not donated to the Domestic Violence fundraiser this month, Sanctuary Experience is the company. You guys see that down there. I'm the founder. And every year we take time to raise money for 5 families. Literally just 5 families. No amount is too small. No amount is too large. Please do donate. We do simple things like pay bills, get internet in place so folks can work, help them get bus fare to and from work, food, simple stuff, and IDs, because some folks, when they get out, they don't even have their IDs, y'all. And I understand that. When I left, again, I had to get it from the mud, baby. So be of service, be of help. If you have a heart for that population, that community, for us who are survivors and care to thrive, donate. I will also give you a heads up. We are doing the Dunkin' Donuts cards for the homeless. That's going to be November. So just keep that in mind that it is coming. We were doing $5. We moved up to $6. Now we're doing $10 because this way they can have food and a drink. And this is for our homeless population. These people are outside. And can I tell you how cold Chicago gets in the winter? Can I tell you It's freaking cold even in Florida during the winter when you're just outside. Come again. So that's a way that we can show love and care. Show love and care, y'all. Okay. What more do you need to know? So we have the Dunkin' Donuts. We do have the weatherproofing that we are going to do. One of the partners is doing socks. So if you guys would care to donate money for socks so that we can, again, help the same population that is for the homeless people and for low-income families. I don't know if we're going to do the Christmas drive this year. I will keep you posted. So I've given you kind of a peek at the events on the rest of the calendar a little bit there. And then what's going on next year as well. Please do go back and press replay on this. If I've said something that you know someone who wasn't here needs to hear, be a good friend. Share it. All right. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe to Melikia K. Courtney YouTube channel as well as blastmusic247.com. Great places to come, have fun, learn, and grow. We get into mischief here sometimes, but this is literally for the person who is seeking that water. I know what it is to be thirsty. I know what it is to be hungry, to learn and to grow and to heal and to help. Right? I know those things. So yeah. I've loved you enough for right now. How about that? I am Melikia K. Courtney. If you ask me what I do professionally, I love people back to life. Why do I do that? Because it is my assignment. It is my purpose in this body, in this earth, at this time for the right now. If you need that love, do not hide from me. Don't make me come find you. Come on. Life is sanctuaryxp@gmail.com. If you need that Cash App again, it is Melikia C, spelled just like that on the screen. Hashtag, or not even hashtag, pardon me, $, Melikia, MELIKIAC. Very simple in the 4-line. Please let me know what you're sending money for, whether it is for the Dunkin' Donuts, whether it is for the DV fundraiser, whether it is for your replay for the master's class, or if you'd like to attend the 3-day event. All right. Well, even have me come out and speak, because y'all, I am a speaker. How about that? I am complete. I've had a wonderful time with you. Enjoy your evening. Bye-bye. Oh, wait. Let me satisfy the writer. Like I said, got to keep my word.
He loved her while grabbing her body to pull her into loving arms. He loves her while grabbing the headboard. He loved her while choking her gently till the lights went out. No words, no doubt of passive insensitivities. Loved her safest in his mind when she was on her knees or him flat on his back, staring dreamily into eyes. Got the feeling that she danced lively in a world full of danger. Stranger the happenings, the more captivating. His thick hair and comely bulges caused her budget to decrease. Steadily efforts paid to please him, paycheck his being back together. Prayer, positive words, and whatever alabaster box that bastarded-hearted curmudgeon called for or demanded. Silently bewitching pools, wormholes she laced her tongue through. Unknown galaxies awaited, worm on the hook, she baited him with clarity. Oceanic love, skydiving insanity, plunged into her need. His strong arms kept her as she bleed to death. Without him, there's no man left on earth. Amazonian crown, king, queen, royalty, she bowed her head. Crowns rolling off down Brown's legs like meatballs from a top spaghetti. Heavy is the crown. Water, I'm so thirsty now. Help me, she tried to scream out. Only thing is, that's exactly what he was doing. Healing her from life. Bewildered, suffocating, all the knots is not what you think. He only sought to return her life to ink. Rewrite. And maybe next time she'd get it right. Or perhaps not. In body and out, they've been each other's operator. I need a way out for one another. Not just acquainted breaths, but been friend, mother, sister, lover, wife. Elemental air, broken bread, saline, love of my life. Catalyst, antagonist, and prime. Singuloid, that one mind. Yeah, this time, she loved him without grip. She loved him as the stingers pierced daily in and out of her. Allergy, world blurry, and she couldn't see. She loved him through hot to cold, black mold, sweaty walls. Tongue to left and to right, mirrors to souls of soul, dangling disco balls of flashes. Lifetimes hanging walls of memories. Did I find him, or did he find me? Conspiracy, focus synchronicities to ensure love was rubbed like that wood stump of a famous tree. It's showtime. Legs already broken, so she can't stand. He's already guilty by the placement of his hands, fingerprinted, reminders all over her body, toes to thumb. She inhaled her last breath. Tears rolling down, and he comes. Pleasure, pure agony. He rapid to enter, 3 strokes and he's centered. She's gone from this realm, and he's going with her.